I wish we could have stayed home today.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yes. Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. The One virus back from Las Vegas, spreading back to New York City where we're broadcasting live.
Oh, my goodness.
We told them, man. We told them, look, I don't think it's a good idea that we do a radio show on Monday.
Right.
We were sitting at the Jack Black. See here, this is what's going to happen today.
This is exactly what's going to happen.
We were sitting at the blackjack table talking to Elo and Straylo.
Yeah.
And telling them,
All
look,
the
man,
lows.
Look, man, we gave you, 3 good days of radio, and we're going to travel all day Sunday. I really think it would be best for everyone if we did a worst of.
Yeah, we did a Saturday show, for God's sake.
And they pretty much laughed at us.
I worked him like one whole night. We're playing blackjack, and Elo was sitting next to me, and Straylo was like in another seat, and I said, perhaps we should take Monday off because we're really going to be shot. We're coming in late on Sunday, and it's going to be a mess. And I finally got Elo to say, well, it's up to Straylo. Whatever he says, I'll go with it. And then I'm trying to convince Straylo that we don't want to worko. And I got nowhere with him.
You got nowhere with him?
He just kept looking and smiling at me like a mongoloid and nothing. I was like, we really, really think maybe Monday might be counterproductive, and he's just, double down.
Yeah, well, now look what we do now.
Look what we do now. Damn.
Next time you'll listen to us, but
please.
Well, we flew in from Las Vegas probably, 2 hours ago. We flew all day. I know that much.
It should not take that long to get from Vegas to New York. It just shouldn't take that long. I don't understand it. We could have. I heard people talking about flights to Hawaii, and it was the same amount of time.
Yeah, we left the MGM last night, or yesterday. I don't know. What time was it then?
The MGM Grand.
The MGM Grand. We left, I guess, yesterday morning officially, like 4:30.
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning.
4:30 in the morning.
And by the time those savages got our luggage on the carousel at LaGuardia, the worst place to fly into America.
Yeah, it's just an ancient airport.
I know a lot of people listening all over the country, and they got crazy airports, but LaGuardia is insane to begin with. First of all, they don't warn you that they have to take that sharp right turn where the tip of the wing is pretty much in that bay. What is it called?
Bay?
It's called Flushing Bay. So the wing is literally in the water.
Well, literally?
Well, all right, pretty close. All right, I know the definition of literally. Relax. It's pretty close, though, okay?
Yeah.
And then they straighten out the plane, and then
very short runway over there.
Very short runway, so they have to really, get the plane nice and low right over the bay. And by the way, I don't know, I think it was about 10, 15 years ago, someone didn't make it because
a couple of times, yeah, people just end up in the Flushing Bay.
Yeah, because they didn't figure it out the right way.
Yeah.
And then you're looking out your window, and I swear to you, you're barely 10 feet above the bay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you skim onto the runway that just starts out of nowhere.
Yep. That's LaGuardia. Lots of fun coming into LaGuardia.
And then you get to LaGuardia and you have to wait 40 minutes for your luggage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
Pain in the ass.
And you're tired because you flew all day. We finally got our luggage around 7 at night, I guess. So 4:30 in the morning we started our trip. 7 at night we're finally driving home. 7 at night, New York time, remember?
Yeah. So you tack on another 3 hours. It was fun for me. Oh my God, my flight. I had to stop in Cincinnati for some reason. We all were on different flights, different stopovers. No one had a direct flight.
Yeah, the 3 main guys of the radio show, myself, Anthony, and Norton, we all left about the same time from Vegas on 3 different flights home.
3 different flights.
I went through Houston. Norton
Where'd
went
you
through
go
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Cleveland, yeah.
And then Anthony went through Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Oh, you didn't go
Whoa,
through
what?
Utah again?
No, it was different this time. I went through Cincinnati. And then we get into Kennedy. I landed at Kennedy Airport. Nice big, airport.
Did we land at 3 different airports, too?
Where'd you land?
LaGuardia.
LaGuardia for me too.
Oh, okay.
Which I hate.
That right turn, right, is scary as hell. I mean, the pilots could help everyone out by just maybe explaining a few things, because every airport has their things they have to worry about, you know?
They have to do in order to land there.
Maybe it would be a good idea to warn everyone that the plane's going to go on about a 45-degree angle because they have to make a sharp right turn around Shea Stadium. That's the marker. Oh, Shea Stadium, time to make a right turn. And if it's the first time you're flying into LaGuardia, you know, it scares the crap out of you.
It'll scare you a little bit.
You see the newbies on the plane, they're like, what the hell is going on? I've flown many times, but I've never seen the plane on a 45-degree angle before.
Grabbing the armrests.
Yeah. San Francisco is actually the same thing. You feel like you're going into the water because you don't see the airport at all. You just see water, and then
you get lower, lower, and then all of a sudden,
and then there's an airport. I was trying to remember yesterday in like the L.A. area. It might be Long Beach. That you take off and then they have to go sharp and fast straight up.
Like noise regulation.
Like drastically, they drastically climb more than any other airport.
Is that what that's for?
I don't know.
Probably the noise. They make so much noise. LaGuardia, they were making them do that for a while. I think they had to take off because they were.
I mean,
people complain. They move near an airport, but they complain.
Almost straight up. And, you know, if you don't know this stuff, it freaks you out, you know. But anyway, go ahead, Anthony. Kennedy Airport.
Yeah, I get into Kennedy, and our pilot, he must have really been laying on the throttle there because he got us in, Opie, just about an hour early.
Nice.
Just about an hour early.
All right.
Which was really nice. And then we got the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain from the flight deck. We've gotten in a little early, but we have to pay the price now. We don't have a gate available, so we're going to sit here and...
I'm like, what? What?
There's no gate available, so we're going to sit here on this taxiway, and we'll get you further information as it comes in to us.
And now you're sitting on the plane, which is worse than the thing in the air. At least when it's in the air, you're doing stuff or reading or watching TV or something. When you're sitting on that runway and you can't do anything, you know, you still can't use your approved electronic devices. You can't do anything. You have to stow your carry-on so you can't pull a book out of there or anything. So now you're sitting, dude, an hour. We sat on the runway for an hour while the gate cleared. It was wonderful. Yeah, look at Jimmy's pissed, and he wasn't even on that plane.
And by the way, they lied. They didn't get you an hour early. They purposely do that on the tickets. They make it look longer. Like they add extra time on there just so they can land and say, we got you in early.
Right.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have put 6 hours from New York to Cleveland, and you wouldn't have got me in early, stupid.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's an old, like, hack comic bit, but they can get you there earlier. Do it. Make the plane go faster, whatever it takes.
When do you hear the bit I have about the food on planes?
Oh,
it's
those little bags of peanuts they give you.
The approved electronic devices. All right, let's stop with that crap, all right?
Yeah.
You know, they're trusting us with our cell phones not to turn them on in mid-flight because it might blow up the plane.
Blow up the plane.
But, I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
what is your electronic devices really going to do? And if it was going to do something, wouldn't they collect everything before you got on the plane?
You would think they would if it was really that dangerous. There really isn't anything.
I'm trusting some loser from Wisconsin not to, turn on his cell phone in mid-flight.
Yeah, turn it off.
That might possibly blow it up at one in a what? Who knows, a billion?
It's like it supposedly interferes with the equipment they use to take off and land with. And they're not even sure if it does or not.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. And I think in 2006 they're going to allow cell phones on the plane as you're flying, which just the worst idea ever.
Yes.
You know, with these chatty Cathy asswipes sitting there all day just yapping about nothing. You know what it's like on the train?
It's a nightmare.
They had to make the goddamn quiet cars because you're sitting there and it's loud guy. Maybe I'm just like self-conscious or something, but when I'm talking on the phone on the train, it's like, hey, how you doing? No, I'm on the train. Yeah. And they hear me fine. I could hear them. There's no reason to, we should be getting in about, 6:30. There's no reason to yell. And it's this self-importance thing that they think everyone should hear the great stuff that they have to talk about.
You remind me of a story. I can't tell you which brother. You know I have a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
My brother punched a guy so hard in the face because he was too loud on his cell phone.
Good.
Talking about the colored people.
Really?
The guy's using the N-word and stuff, and he's sitting next to my brother. My brother's like, look, man, I really don't like that type of language, and you're really loud, and I really would appreciate it if you would just, shut up, basically, right?
I
and
agree with your brother at the beginning of that story.
the guy's like, whatever, dude, blah, blah, blah. And it continues. And he's just using the N-word and my brother, he's wound tight too,
Wow.
He's like, I told you I don't like that word and you're too loud and people are trying to sleep.
My
shut
young
up.
son's in the car.
I don't like that kind of language.
So my brother, times it perfect. His stop is coming, right? He just freaking wails and punched the guy. He says as hard as he's ever punched a guy.
Wow.
Square in the face, and then just steps off the train and gets away with it.
Exactly what he deserved.
Yeah.
And then they open it up on the airplane. It's just going to be people, because you hear it at the gate when they still have you're able to use the phone, and you hear the people just bip, 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 with the rings, the stupid ringtones. And now we're going to have that the whole flight?
Yeah,
right.
They finally figured out a way to charge you. Here's why that was never about the plane. It was 'cause they wanted you to use those stupid things
Right.
On the seat in front of you. They figured they would jack your money by
$20 a minute.
Exactly, but they couldn't. No one would use them because they're just awful phones.
Yeah.
So now they're going to put an antenna on the plane and charge you probably $2 a minute. And it's never going to be any interesting conversations. It's never like I was getting blown and 2 strippers. That you don't mind hearing. It's always some fat fuck talking about software sales,
business thing.
Awful people
with that ridiculous earphone thing in his head. Yeah, well, let me check my papers on that. I'm going to have to get back to you when we touch down. Shut up. No one cares. You did without calling for how long on airplanes? And if you have an emergency, use that stupid phone for $20 a minute.
It's not necessary.
Please keep the cell phones off the airplane.
So what movie did you have on the flight home?
Well, great. On the way there, we had Wimbledon.
Ugh.
Oh,
why do they pick the worst movies?
dude, always.
So, they should just have a few DVDs of the classics. Just throw The Godfather on.
Right.
You're going to Vegas, throw Casino on.
Who wouldn't want to see that?
You know what I mean?
No, they
instead,
had Wimbledon.
It's always the latest movies that stink.
The worst movies that are out. And Wimbledon, I didn't even watch it. I didn't have the headphones on or anything, but occasionally I peeked up and looked at the screen. It's a stupid movie about tennis, a little chick flick, love story. And they tried to use some kind of Matrix-y effects through the whole movie to spice it up, I guess. Like tennis ball cam and, the guy's doing his backhand and they do like a Matrix thing on him. Who's going to give a crap about this? It's awful. Yeah, they're all family-friendly movies, too, on the planes. You can't play like Casino.
Yeah, I know, but...
You can, though. I saw Dawn of the Dead on a plane one time.
Get out.
It was in
You
first.
did.
I upgraded the first and had the nice sleeper seats with the...
All right, isn't that great?
With the 10... When you had your own screen, though, and you get the 5 or 6 different flips.
Yeah.
And
well, then they could do it.
Yeah, Dawn of the Dead was a violent movie, man, that was on the plane.
Well, there's enough movies out there that are, quote, family-friendly that are still entertaining.
Yeah.
What movie did you have on the way home?
Don't remember. I actually slept the whole way from Vegas to Cleveland, and there's nothing on the other flight.
On the way home, it was Hero. That kung fu movie.
I don't know.
I
don't know that one either.
It was. Yeah, it's one of those kung fu movies, like crouching hidden tiger dragon thing. But our aisle that we were in, first class, and the headphones didn't work in the whole aisle, and then some here's a gay male flight attendant, because you never see that. Are there any straight male flight attendants?
Why?
Not
would you take that job?
One.
All the straight guys are pilots.
Yeah, of course. Not a one. Every time it's like, hello, welcome. Would you like something to drink? Well, always. These guys are out of the same mold. Unbelievable. And he starts flipping switches by the cockpit to try to get the middle thing to work. And then I'm just like, hey, slow down. Stop flipping switches. We'll do without. Get a little nervous when they start doing it. You expect to see that smoke filling the cockpit or something. But I had my little DVD player, so I just brought a bunch of Seinfeld episodes.
Well, yeah, I brought my portable DVD player because they were showing Taxi.
Oh, that's this show on the way out for me.
What a funny movie
just like
Queen
you,
Latifah.
I didn't need to plug in to know how bad that movie was, man.
Was she playing the spunky black chick?
Yeah, of course, and I guess she was one of the taxi. I don't know.
Awful.
It just looked really, really bad.
Jimmy Fallon's
and that was the
movie
on the way
disaster.
out, and that was the movie on the way back in. So I had my DVD player, so I did some Honeymooners, I did some Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then I did Harold and Kumar, the White Castle movie.
Oh, how was that?
It was
kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I want to see that, and it's two movies that look ridiculous, but something about them was funny. Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
Because that kind of looks really funny.
Harold and Kumar, it had its moments, and the Doogie Howser as playing himself was really funny in the movie.
Really?
Oh yeah. But then I was telling Steve in the van from the airport back to the city that I had a problem with Harold and Kumar, and he brought up a good point. I'm not giving anything away, trust me. But
don't ruin it.
Yeah, near the end of the movie, the cops are chasing Harold and Kumar, and they got a stolen, like some. I know, I can't even think today.
Of course we can't. This is what you get. All the lows down at Washington.
They stole like some kind of a Trailblazer or something. It has a hang glider on the top. Okay, So they drive, and somewhere in Jersey that just happens to have cliffs. Maybe you could explain where that is. I don't even know. So they go right to the end of the cliff. So they can't go. It's a famous movie thing. They can't go any further. Oh my God, what are they going to do? And the truck is kind of teetering off the edge, and they have to get out. And it's pitch dark. Okay. And all of a sudden they're like, "What are we going to do? What are we going to do? The cops are on the way. They're right behind." Literally said, "They're right behind us." So they see the hang glider. So, they get the idea they're going to hang glide down this, cliff because the White Castle's in the valley there or whatever, okay? So it's dark. The cops are on their tail. They have to do something immediately. They see the hang glider. So now the next scene cuts to bright, sunny day, and they're in full hang glider gear, and now they're ready to jump off the cliff to get to the White Castle.
What's that about?
It was like, what?
Was it a film flub?
So we talk about film flubs on the show all the time.
They just ran out of darkness?
I don't know, because the stupid thing is, the cop, and then the cop finally pulls up. So what? He's been driving for 3 hours to get to this point, right? And I'm like, it took me out of the movie, man. I'm all pissed off, right? So Steve goes,
I can't believe you watched it.
Steve goes, that took you out of the movie, but the pot-smoking cheetah that gave him a ride through the suburbs, you were okay with that.
Oh, really?
Because there's a scene where they get this stupid cheetah high, and then they jump on its back and go for a ride. I was okay with that, yes. That kept me in the movie.
But that one took
going
you,
from
the film
dark
club ruined it.
To daytime, that took me out of it.
You sure they didn't do that on purpose? Like to be kind of silly and funny, like an Ed Wood way?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. But
Cut perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, it just goes night to day immediately.
So
he may have knocked over a tombstone in real life.
Yeah. He was a large man. It might have been hard for him to walk through doors. Poor Johnson.
Let's take our first call here. Let's say hi to Tom in PA. What's up, Tom?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey. Hello.
You guys are bitching a little too much about your flight. Mine was worse.
All right, go ahead.
I got out in August. It was extremely hot. They got us on the plane. And then they tell us once we're out on the runway, we got to sit and wait until they clear the runway in the opposite direction because our plane's too heavy to take off in the humid weather.
Oof.
So 2 hours later, they finally get us in the air. Then they tell us that they served all the food to first class. No food left over for us.
This guy's conversation, I feel like I'm on the plane right now.
Coach. So we're...
Dude, you know what? You're driving me nuts.
Wow, I understand
Nuts.
it's early, sir, but...
Why the pauses after every sentence?
Sorry.
That's what's... I mean, your story stinks to begin with, but then after every sentence, you're taking a pause.
Oh.
Okay, I'm
Are
sorry.
you breathing into an oxygen mask and you need oxygen after every sentence?
All right, it gets better. We fly in, we land in Atlanta. Then they tell us it's a connecting flight. We're staying on to head to Pennsylvania. We stay on the plane. They tell us we can't go in and get any food. We got to wait for the other people to get on. So now we sit there for an hour.
I can't believe we gave him a second chance.
The new load to get on. Once the new load gets on, they back us away from the gate.
Shut up! Shut the fuck! You're all right to take me. Shut up! Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up! You shut up! Shut up! Shut the fuck up! You shut up! Shut up!
So they can't bring food onto this other thing because they're waiting for other passengers to board.
I don't know. You hung up.
Oh, my God.
You hung up.
Ponderous.
I don't think. Oh, dude, I didn't tell you that. You want to hear about a bad flight story on the way out? Actually,
No, stop.
No. On the way out, it was. I don't know how your flight was. We were all going to Cleveland to go to Vegas, but in first class, dude, get a hold. I swear to God, the cinnamon rolls, were not as warm as I liked them to be.
Isn't that horrible?
It was-
And sometimes they were a little hard around the edge.
Yeah, I like a little bit of a fresher, warmer cinnamon roll.
You're such an
Exactly.
We were talking about how awful our little breakfast was in Coach. Like I had a half a rotten banana and some awful cereal, I think. And he was bitching about how
My crepe around my egg omelet wasn't as fluffy as I would have liked it.
Yeah.
And the strawberry wasn't that sweet.
All right.
Could have been better.
They have a new first class thing now. I don't know if I know Continental does. I don't know. A lot of airlines might be doing it, where it's a non-refundable ticket and it's not that expensive. It's not much more than Coach.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how it's great.
All right, well, we have lots of show to do today.